Right then. So you're going to Nepal, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and going for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Volunteering, yeah. And what exactly are you going to be doing?
I'm renovating a school.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
fantastic. So you said already that you need your tetanus and typhoid. Also hepatitis A, you need to be careful. So we'll quickly have a look through. It might be easy if you come round
Okay.
a little bit. So the hepatitis A is spread through food and water and shellfish, you see, and person-to-person contact. And then typhoid, food and drink again, tends to be food and drink and hygiene, personal hygiene. And rabies, obviously. Any stray animals resist the urge to stroke them. Even if you get a scratch or a bite, do go and get checked immediately. Make sure you're okay. You happy to have your injections today?
Yeah.
Allergic to anything?
No.
No chance of being pregnant?
No.
Not breastfeeding?
No.
Lovely. OK, we've checked all our safety questions. I just need to take your coat off so I can put it in your arm. If you've got any queries or your things change, you can look on a website called Fit for Travel. It's like the sister site of what we looked at. So it's got the same maps and everything on there.
Okay,
All right.
cool.
So this is the hepatitis A, OK? Sharp scratch. There we go. Right, sharp scratch. Right, then that's your typhoid. Make sure you're not bleeding. Right, come around the other side, and this will be the triple one. So, sharp scratch. All done.
Come and have a seat here, if that's all right. It's a little bit sort of crammed. Is that all right? What can I do for you?
So basically, I have a IUD inserted. It's been in for about 2 years, but I've been getting really bad cramps and pain when I'm having like sex. I can feel it in the top of my cervix, and my period's been ongoing for about 2 months now. So it was about a week ago that I started feeling pain there.
Okay. What I wonder is, has it moved?
Yeah.
Has it come down a bit? Do you feel like it might have done? Is that what you had in mind? Anyway?
Yeah, because I'm not sure what else could I'm normally really regular with my period.
So what I'm going to do is see if it's sitting down in the neck of the womb.
Okay, sure.
Not terribly pleasant, but it's not terrible. So I'm going to get you over lying on here, and you're going to need to take all your bottom things off, I'm afraid. But it's warm today, so that's not,
it's
not a freezing day. So what I've got is the speculum, you know that
thing they used to put it in,
and and I've also got some swabs, because sometimes funny bleeding can be caused by an infection.
Yeah, okay.
So I'll just check you for chlamydia whilst we're about it. Yeah. And if there's any discharge, I'll take this swab as well. So it's a couple of swabs. Oh, so bend your knees up for me. Is that all right? First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to feel the womb and see how everything is in there. That's all. OK. How's that? Yeah, sorry. You can get up and... You're all right?
Yeah.
Very good. If you like to get up and get dressed... So, 2 possibilities, well, 3 actually, I suppose, that we have to think about.
Okay.
One is that you got pregnant. I don't think this is likely to be the case with the coil in, and it's causing funny bleeding. So I think we should do a pregnancy test.
Okay.
The next is that the coil has slipped.
Yeah.
And that actually we'll have to take it out. And then the third is that you've picked up an infection of some sort that's causing it all to be sore.
Okay.
The question is really, are you sexually active?
Yeah.
Because if you are, and not using condoms, that is always a possibility.
I've had the same boyfriend for, like, more than a year now.
Yeah, so it's very unlikely.
Yeah.
The coil's a good option for Melissa because once it's fitted, it's sitting there doing its work without Melissa having to do anything about it. And this makes it much safer than other sorts of contraception, such as the pill that you have to remember to take every day, because however good you are at that, sometimes you're going to forget. The coil might not be for everyone. For example, if you have more than one sexual partner, you will be exposed to sexually transmitted diseases, and the coil can transmit those diseases up inside the uterus and into the tubes and increase your risks at a later date of infertility or of pelvic inflammatory disease. And then we're going to need to see you again in a couple of days' time, probably. Is that all right?
Yeah, no, of course.
Come on in. Hiya.
Yeah, hi.
So what's been going on then?
I just, last couple of weeks, I just get really bad headaches.
Oh dear.
And this morning I woke up with a really bad one.
Right.
This morning.
And what's been causing them, do you think?
I don't know, but I'm on tablets for...
He's got ADHD and he's on concerto, which is on quite a high dose.
Right.
But at the moment, it's hurting his eyes as well, and underneath his eyes and all down here.
Right. Whereabouts in your head are they?
Just like, just all over.
All over. And,
Yeah.
And it's been there for 2 weeks on and off, or is it there all the time, or what's it
Like,
like?
sometimes at school, like, if I'm reading or I'm looking at the board, like, for a lesson,
Yeah.
it hurts. Or, like, sometimes before football, if I'm hot, or I get them, like, randomly sometimes.
Okay,
Like,
so when it's hot, it's worse. When you're reading, it's worse.
yes.
It's been on and off in the last 2
Yeah.
weeks, and before that?
You've had them for a while.
I've had them for a while, since I've been on my tablets, but I don't know if it's my tablets or not.
How long have you been on your tablets?
A couple of years.
Oh, I see. So you've actually had headache for a couple of years
Yeah.
linked to the tablets. It's just it's been worse in the last.
It's worse, but the last fortnight has been really complaining a lot.
Have you got any other symptoms going on?
No.
No weakness or numbness? Your arms and legs are working normally?
They're a bit achy today because I played football
He was in
yesterday.
a tournament yesterday,
Oh, all right.
so
Did
he
you
played
win?
football all day.
Oh no, we lost
Oh.
in the quarterfinals.
Oh, that's a shame. Never mind. Put your arms out like that. Close your eyes. Squeeze my fingers. Pull me towards you. That's it. Well done. Push me away now. You can open your eyes now. Push, 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 push. That's great. Have a seat. I want you to follow my finger. Just no double vision at all.
No.
That's good. Can you feel me touching you here?
Yeah.
All feels normal. Open your eyes really wide. Close them really tight. Show me your teeth. Blow your cheeks out. Give me a cough. Shrug your shoulders. Stick your tongue out. That's right. I'm just checking all the nerves to make sure they're all working okay. Right. I'm just going to shine this light in your eyes. Lovely. That all looks nice and normal. You said your vision's okay?
I can't read like so far. Like I can't.
Oh, I see. So it is a bit blurry on far vision.
We put it first down to the medication.
Yeah, well, of course, those tablets might be the culprit, mightn't they?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think I want you to have an eye test. And I want to reassure you that examining you, it's all completely normal.
Yeah.
So I don't think that there's anything more serious going on underlying all of this. I think probably it will be that the eyes are the culprit and that's
Yeah.
the trigger. Have you got any painkillers? Have you tried anything to help?
Painkillers help.
We take paracetamol is usually I give him.
Okay, because it may be worth trying some ibuprofen on top and we'll just
Okay.
see what that's doing and then I'm going to
Yeah.
get you back in to see Dr. Bolam next week.
Okay.
But if things get worse,
Yep.
then we'll see you again.
Okay, well, I'll go and book his eye test now. Thank you ever so much. What did you say,
Bye
Logan?
Thank you.
Good boy, bye.
Yes, obviously I've seen you before, so I sort of scooped you out there because I know a bit about what's going on. But we're not really getting on top of this, are we?
No.
When did this start? How long ago did this all start now?
Oh,
It's been going on
Probably
for...
about 3 weeks ago,
Yeah.
maybe.
And you had a definite water infection at one point, didn't you?
Mm.
Yeah? And you had the right antibiotics and you took the full course?
Yeah. My mum says she thinks it might be a kidney stone.
Two thoughts about that, OK? The one is you definitely did have a urine infection 2 weeks ago. You had
Yeah.
bacteria in your urine, which isn't a stone, OK?
Yeah.
A kidney stone tends to just give you blood in your urine. I have got blood in your urine, but you've also got white blood cells and you did have bugs, bacteria, OK? So the question for now is whether we treat you with antibiotics, whether you start them now or whether you want to wait and see what your symptoms do and wait for the result.
I could wait till Monday,
Wait,
just maybe
wait.
take paracetamol.
I mean, I could give you the prescription in case it gets really bad over the weekend, but you don't take them unless it gets really bad.
I
Is
think
that
it
all
might
right?
be better.
I think what we might do, get you to have a scan of your kidneys, just to make sure that there's no underlying problem causing you to get recurrent infection.
We haven't really had a working toilet for a while, like a month.
You haven't had a working toilet. Have you survived without a toilet?
Just buckets.
Buckets?
Yeah, just have to get the water and flush it.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see. So you're peeing and pooing in the toilet.
We only just got it fixed like a couple of days ago.
That's all right.
No, so it's not unsanitary.
No,
things.
that's not
Okay,
unsanitary.
right.
No, that's all right. That's OK. It's only the flush that's not well. I thought
Yeah.
you
No.
were going in the garden or something.
No.
I know. OK, so just keep that and don't use it unless your symptoms get worse. Yeah?
Thank you.
OK. All right, any questions you want to ask me?
Just maybe cutting on my drinking. How would I cut down on my drinking?
Do you want to come back down and sit down for a minute? How much are you drinking?
I drink a lot. but I'm not drinking like 2 bottles of wine a night or something. It's just like the most I think is probably about 24, but that was about over like 4 days, 5 days. So.
24 what?
Pints.
Pints of what?
Beer.
Pints of beer. So you drink beer, that's pretty much all you drink. You don't drink wine or spirits?
No, like, if I go out in town or whatever, I will, but I hardly go into town. It's just to the pub.
OK. So in a typical week, how many nights do you go to the pub?
I go on Wednesday, I'm going out tonight, and then probably end up going maybe Saturday or Sunday.
So sort of 3 or 4 nights a week in the pub?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And how many pints?
2 or 3.
2 or 3 pints?
On a...
3 or 4 times a week?
Yeah.
Healthy drinking is a really important part of our social fabric, and people need to enjoy alcohol, but enjoy it responsibly. If a teenager gets into the habit of drinking heavily, if they continue this into their older adulthood, this will lead to problems with their general health. So people need to think about their drinking habits and try and establish good drinking habits from early on. So that's 6 units. 6 or so that's 24. So you are drinking more than the recommended amount at your basic, OK? Is it causing you any problems? Do you feel terrible in the mornings? Do you feel guilty about it? No violence between you and your girlfriend or anything like that? Do you think it's a problem? Now
I am, but before I didn't.
If you're recognising it as a problem, it's from what I'm hearing from you, you can cut down. It's not out of control. You have some nights off. You have several nights off a week.
I can cut down. It's just like things like parties and going to see my granddad. Why don't you try and go to the pub slightly often? Why don't you talk to your granddad about him having something else in that isn't beer? Yeah, you go to your granddad and have a cup of tea? Yeah. Sort of strategies like that, isn't it? Or just having shandies, or is that too... No, I can drink shandies. Yeah? Well, if you drink shandies, you halve your intake. OK. All right? I can do that. Is that all right? Yeah, that's fine. You come back and talk to me again if you want to. OK, thank you. Or Dr Graham. OK? Is that OK? Yeah. There is services that we can offer to help you, but I'm not sure you need that right now. OK. OK? Yeah. Is that OK with you? Yeah. Yeah. OK, thank you. All right.
Who have you brought with you?
My old dear.
All right.
Lovely way to be.
Yeah. Hiya.
Hello.
So what's been going on then?
I just don't feel like myself. I feel like doing some stupid things.
Stupid things?
I feel depressed, sort of thing. Like, I don't feel normal. And it's been affecting everyone in the house. And yeah, I just need help, basically.
Yeah, I'm sure. Tell me a little bit more.
OK, so I don't know what to say. Like,
it's been going on since you were 15, really, hasn't it?
Yeah.
OK.
Especially with the anger issues.
Yeah. So has anything changed? Has anything brought you down?
I feel like in my house, I'm just not wanted by anyone. I'm just on my own, sort of thing. Like, everyone's against me. I try to control my anger, as Mum said about like getting some wood and about gardening, get some nails, and just every time you get angry, just beat up the wood with some nails. Yeah. But that didn't even work because I get too angry and I black out, and then I just ended up punching it in my fists.
I'm sorry to hear all of this.
I just think about things over and over again.
What sorts of things do you think about?
Mum, like, don't love me. My dad, sisters.
Are they the people that are at home with you? Who's at home? Yes, you're living at home at the moment. Yeah. And are those thoughts about feeling low, are they there all the time, or are they just there at certain points?
It's been there. It's there. Like, I do feel low. Something happened yesterday, and it's just completely, like, I didn't want to be here yesterday. I wanted to kill myself yesterday. Right. I didn't, like...
What happened yesterday?
I can't explain it.
What happened yesterday?
Yesterday, we had a major row.
I'm sorry that it's upsetting. Would you like a tissue?
Yeah, that's...
So, sometimes these things are really difficult to talk about, aren't they?
Yeah.
What, can you tell me more about what happened yesterday? You said that you didn't want to be here and that you were even thinking about harming or killing yourself.
Yeah, it's just that, like, I tried talking to people and, like, people just shout at me, and then again, anger comes out. And I don't like being angry.
Let's just start at the beginning in terms of the things to be worried about. You mentioned that you were feeling really bad yesterday and you got to a stage of worrying about whether you wanted to harm yourself. You said even kill yourself.
Yeah.
Are they thoughts that you've been having that we need to take seriously, or was that just something that happened yesterday and it's, you know, tell me more about that side of things.
Well, I've tried it before.
You've tried it before?
I've tried overdosing, but obviously I've took so many, and I've just eventually got drowsy and just dozed off.
Right.
So I just fell asleep, so I couldn't, like...
When was that?
Oh, it was a couple of months, like a year ago, 2 years ago, something like that, yeah.
But you didn't talk to anybody about that?
It's the first time I spoke to someone about everything.
And then, do you think that is that at risk of happening again?
If I get too low, then yeah.
If you got to that stage and you were making plans or you were actively wanting to die, then that becomes an emergency that you need to talk to the crisis team for, and there's a special number that you can talk to get hold of the emergency mental health team.
OK.
I'm right in thinking that that's not what's needed now, though?
It's not got that far.
No.
Like, it's not got to the point where I'm like...
Sure. Suicide is the biggest killer of people under the age of 35, and men are 3 times more likely to kill themselves. I think for all of us, it's a normal part of being a human being to wonder what we're doing here and to have existentialist ideas that mean that sometimes we wish we weren't. Of course, sometimes those feelings can spill over into being more serious suicidal thoughts. And if they do occur and are more deep-seated and pervasive, then it's really important that people go and see their doctor to start the ball rolling to get the support that they need. The crisis team, as I say, is the first number that I'm going to give you, and that's for if you get to a stage where you get that bad again. And there's also the Samaritans. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Yeah, I have.
They're a professional talking service. So for people who are feeling so alone that they need to talk to somebody, and that's what they're there for, 24 hours a day. Okay, so there's always options of people to talk to.
Yeah.
And as long as you're able to do that, then that is going to make me feel safe about letting you go home at this point. Okay. Is that okay from that emergency side of things? I'm going to give you some information about some counselling services that includes anger management courses and some CBT, which is about looking at new ways of thinking to try and help you move forwards with some of these issues. The most important thing is if you're feeling worried or you feel like you're not being safe, then please do something about it and talk to your mum about it, because obviously she's heard all this stuff and is going to be there to support you with this, and we'll move things forward step by step, all right?
Yeah, that's it.
Cheers, then.
Thank you very much,
Nice to see you.
Helen.
OK, nice to see you.
Take care.
All right, any problems, you just let
Chair
us
back.
know. That's fine, I'll sort it out in a minute.
Come on in, come and take a seat. Right. What's on your mind?
I'm really stressed out and I get anxiety a lot because sometimes I just feel like life is always going against me and that everything is going wrong and that I feel powerless because I can't change anything.
Mm. What year are you in?
7.
Year 7. Mm. And everything okay in your sort of friendship groups and things like that?
Yeah, friendship group's pretty good. It's just my home life, which is kind of, like, weird, I guess. Because I live with my mum and my stepdad and my sister and my autistic little brother, Dexter.
And how do you find him?
He's really nice, but he's quite hard to cope with sometimes because he's so high demanding.
OK.
And I worry for, like, my mum and other people. And sometimes I feel like with their stress, they sort of don't mean to, but they bring it into the house. And there's people snap at each other.
Yeah. There's been quite a lot of things going on at home.
Yeah.
Really a lot, yeah.
And you've had quite a lot to deal with, haven't you? Because there have been health issues in the family, which is adding to all of this. And that's what I think we need to also explore, is how your response to all of these other issues that have been going on. In terms of when you say that you feel a bit low or a bit anxious, have you self-harmed in any way at all or anything like that?
No. But when I'm really, really upset and feel like I have no one to turn to, I think it's more the thought of disappearing and not being there rather than actually killing myself.
And what's been really great is the way you've told me your symptoms. You're actually very clear in how you're feeling, what you need help with, and what we're all here to do is help support you. So counselling at school would be really helpful because that's somebody who sees you regularly in your environment, you know, on a regular basis. I can see if we can get back into having a few sessions via CAMS, but it's getting increasingly hard to get referrals in. But leave that with me. You might find it helpful to just keep a diary, a journal, and just write down your thoughts. What's made you happy? What's made you sad? And what can you do about it? It just helps to clear the thoughts a bit. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'd like to see you back in a couple of weeks and see how that diary's going and how you're feeling.
That's cool. Thank you.
Good. Nice to see you, Archie. Take
you.
care.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye for now.
Come in, have a seat.
Thank you.
What's been happening?
So I was just taking a drink and I felt it was like a bit weird when I swallowed.
Today?
No, this was a few days ago, but I only managed to get here today because I had to go down to Plymouth to take an exam.
Okay.
But it's just really swollen.
Okay.
And gross.
So 3 days ago, sore throat, swollen.
Yeah.
And gross.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you feel? Do you feel today? Do you feel like you got fever at all?
I don't think I have a fever. I just.
Are these from this summer?
No, they're from last summer. I've been really boring this year.
You and me both. I've not done much. 37.5.
I'm just going to Spain tomorrow or
yeah?
tonight. Yeah.
Nice.
So the rest of my family are already there.
Okay, head back on that. Oh yeah. Yeah, they are gross, aren't they? I think you might have a bit of an abscess going on there. It looks like it's possibly. I'm going to get the doctor to come and look at that because I've not seen one like that before. Okay. And I've looked at a lot of gross tonsils. Yeah. Ask Dr. Cordell to come and have a look.
So I've been documenting it. So that's it, like, last night.
Oh, right, okay. Let me try and take a photo again for you.
Yeah.
I'm on pen touch and you've got another one. Especially if you're going away tomorrow. Deep breath in. Yeah, so you can't really see it very well, but it's this bit here that I'm worried about.
Poking out the back.
Hi, Lucy. Sorry, I get you've been trying to get hold of me.
That's all right. Okay, I just want you to look at this tonsil because I was just saying, I've looked at a million tonsils and I know what a bad one looks like, but I've not actually ever seen one that looks like this. To me, it looks like it's sort of like burst open or something.
Okie doke.
Doesn't look quite right. The only reason she's here is because she's going on holiday tomorrow to meet her parents in Spain, so that's why she's here.
It does look horrible, doesn't it? So we need to swab that.
Okay.
Okay. You get that appearance with bacterial tonsillitis. You can get that appearance with glandular fever, actually. But
It's a bit swollen there, but not too sore.
Yeah, you have got a gland up there, haven't you? And then let's have you...
Deep breath in.
Wait for Lizzie to finish.
You are so good at this.
Brilliant, actually.
Oh, I just smell them.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so, of course, penicillin, and then because you have got quite a big gland up here, actually, book an appointment to see us once you're back, and we'll just check that that's going down and your tonsils are looking lovely rather than manky.
Okay.
Is that all right? Does that make sense?
Fine, thank
you happy with that?
Yeah, that's great.
Super. Can I go?
Yeah.
In the middle of a cup of tea when you called me out urgently. So I'm going to return to my cup of tea.
Okay.
Okay, have a good holiday.
Thank you very much. Okay, so I just need to get this signed. So if you have a seat in the waiting room, and I'll pass this back out to you. Have a good holiday.
Thank you.
Bye.
Come on in, have a seat. How are you doing?
I'm okay, yeah.
All right.
The British Wellbeing Therapy rung me.
Yes.
And said to talk to you about mood stabilisers.
So you saw them, I think since then you've had some one-to-one. Is that right, or you haven't yet?
I'm still on the list for the talking therapy.
Yeah.
But they can only help with the low moods. They can't help with the high moods.
Right. So in general, GPs don't initiate mood stabilisers. You go and see a psychiatrist or a mental health practitioner to have a fuller assessment to see whether there is a diagnosis that would mean that you would benefit from a mood stabiliser. Do you know what kinds of diagnoses they're thinking of?
They didn't really say.
And how much of the time do you think it is the low mood that's the issue?
It's kind of hard because if I'm... It's obviously like really, really low or it's really amazing, and when I get in that really good mood, I feel like I don't need any help at all, and I don't need anything.
Yeah.
But then when I go low, I think, why didn't I accept any help?
And when you feel absolutely fine, and you know better than fine, can you describe it a bit?
I'm either really irritable. I don't sleep. I feel like I have like 1,000 thoughts in my brain, but they're not like bad thoughts.
Yeah.
They're like really amazing thoughts, and I just feel really good about myself. I'm great, and I want to socialise constantly with people.
Okay.
Because normally I'm quite self-conscious. Like if I'm in a low mood, I'd be really self-conscious, have really low self-esteem.
And how often does that switch?
The low moods last longer. So they can last they'll last longer than a week, so it'd be like more like 2 weeks. Sometimes I've had it like a month. And then the higher moods can last, I'd say, about 2 weeks as well.
Okay. And have you looked it up and thought about what this might be?
I was thinking maybe bipolar.
Okay. Well, what I suggest we do is I'll write a referral letter to the community mental health team to ask them to do an assessment to see whether they think you have got a diagnosis that would be suitable for you to go on a mood stabiliser, as the Bristol Wellbeing Therapy Service have suggested. And I think whilst you're waiting for that appointment, it would be a good idea for you to write a diary of how your moods are, because it's quite useful, I think, for them to see how much it fluctuates.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And you could also write down some of the thoughts you've got, okay?
Okay.
Whether they be low thoughts or high thoughts, yeah? And then that will give them a really good picture when you go to see them, okay?
Yeah.
You know, it may well be that both you and the Bristol Wellbeing Therapy Service are right and that you would benefit from a mood stabiliser. What are your views about going on a medication?
I've always been really against it, but I think recently when I've been in a low mood, I've sort of been like, it's not a way to live. Like, if I could help myself to just be stable, then I would prefer that.
Yeah, okay. So, so I'll get on with that.
Okay, thank you very much.
That's all right. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
I'm Dr. Jewell. Hello.
Hi, nice to meet you.
What can I do for you?
During December, I had a really bad acne, so doctors prescribed me with this solution, and I've run out, so basically I needed more.
Okay. Did it work? Does it do the trick?
Yeah.
So you're happy with that?
Yeah.
And all you want is for me to re-prescribe it? Okay. Somebody's looking after your diabetes, and is it well controlled and you're on top of it and
yeah.
you know what to do? How long have you had that for?
I think since year 9, so around about 2012.
You cope with the restrictions and everything?
Kind of.
You have to live with it. You have to live with it as best you can. So what about the PCOS?
The doctors weren't sure if I was being diagnosed with it or not because they were unclear during my scans, and then they didn't really say much about it after that, so I just stopped. So I just assumed that I don't have it.
But unfortunately, they think you have.
Yeah.
Do you understand what it is?
Not really.
No, neither do I.
I kind of have a...
Nobody knows what it is. We know some of the effects of it, but nobody knows quite what the underlying problem is for PCOS. It contributes maybe to you being a bit overweight, which makes the diabetes more troublesome, I guess. And it makes your periods be a bit irregular. Now, we don't mind your periods being irregular and scanty. Do you?
Not really, no.
Good. It's associated with a problem of fertility.
Oh, yeah, I kind of had an idea of that.
So do you have any feelings about that?
Kind of. Well, not now, obviously, but... yeah, I do.
No, but I mean, it might be something that you worry about in the future. There's no way of telling you whether that's one of the effects for you or not. The only way you find out whether you're fertile or not is by trying to conceive. And you're obviously not doing that for the moment. You don't do anything until you either get pregnant. Until you get pregnant, it's great, or until you say, look, I'm struggling to get pregnant. Up till that time, you just let it go. So that was easy. I don't have to do anything to prescribe you some stuff for your face. Is that all right?
Yeah, that was basically it.
Hi, have a seat. Hi. Right, what can I do for you?
Basically, I flew home this morning from Spain.
Right.
I come in about 12, and all I can remember was I stood up and I completely blacked out, and my mum said I collapsed on the floor, smashed my head on the patio thing, and I don't remember falling. I just remember waking up 2 minutes after, and she was like, "Am I all right?"
Okay. So that was 12 lunchtime today?
That was kind of when, no, it probably would have been more around 2 o'clock that it actually happened.
Okay, and how have you been? You've been in Spain, yeah? And have you been eating and drinking normally?
I ate on the plane.
Yeah.
And I've drank, so,
yeah. Fine, okay. And have you drunk much alcohol when you've been away?
I drank about 3 nights in the 12 days, not every day or nothing.
Right, okay. And did you have much last night?
I don't drink last night.
No, OK. Have you used any drugs or anything? No, OK. Fine. Can we have a little look at you? Is that OK? So I'll just check your temperature. That's OK. Can I pop this on? Well, that's going up. I'll have a little listen to your heart and your chest, if that's OK.
I feel like my heart's beating really fast as well.
Do you? OK. Just a little feel of your pulse. OK, it's beating a bit fast, actually. And how long's that been for?
Since I dropped.
Right. Just have a little listen to your heart. OK. What I'd like to do is get you to stand up, wait a minute, and then repeat your blood pressure with you standing, if that's OK. All right, so if you stand up. OK, that's OK.
I'll sit back down now.
Yeah. OK. Your heart rate is still quite fast. So what I'd like to do is get an ECG, a heart tracing. So if you go to have a seat in the waiting room, I'll ask one of the nurses to do that for me, and then we'll review the ECG and see where we'll go from there. OK, how are you feeling now?
Still the same.
Does it still feel the same? Let's just see what your oxygen levels are as well. Your ECG looks OK. It's a little bit fast, but not as fast as it was. And are you normally quite fit and active? Do you do any sports at all?
No, not really, but I do like weights and that.
Right. I think the most likely cause is a faint, to be honest. OK. But I would have thought you should have recovered by now, OK, because we're about 4 or 5 hours later. So I'm a little bit concerned because you've had a flight.
I have.
And you feel unwell with it and your heart is racing. OK. So what I think we need to do is ask the hospital to see you just to check there's no sign of a clot in the lungs. I think it's unlikely, but I don't want to miss it. So if you make your way to ward 31B, they'll assess you further, OK, and just to be absolutely sure there's no clot there.
Right,
OK.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
OK, no problem. Bye-bye.
Right, Oliver, insect bite. Where's that then?
On the side of my leg.
This looks serious. When did this happen?
It happened a couple of days ago.
Right, where were you?
Ooh. I can't remember.
So when did you notice it? When you were at home later?
Yeah, when we got back from Greece.
Ah, you've been on holiday? Can we pop you on that bed there and then I can have a proper look at it? So look, so is it painful?
Yeah, stings.
So what's all this dry patch around here? Is this just crust from where it's been weeping a bit?
Yeah, probably.
OK, let me get some gloves. It's a bit hard, isn't it? So it doesn't look infected at all. It's quite a nasty reaction. I think we just need to put a good dressing on that and just let it heal. Have you been scratching at it?
I was scratching it a little bit and then I stopped because it started stinging.
Yeah. If you scratch it and break the skin, then you get bacteria in from all underneath your fingers into the skin and you can end up with a nasty swelling all the way up your leg, and that's what we call cellulitis, and then you end up having to have antibiotics for that. Just give it a clean. What you want to keep an eye out for is if it starts spreading really far down, or if you start getting lines tracking up his leg or anything like that. If it starts getting really hot or his leg's actually swollen. Sorry. Have a look at it on Friday yourself. And if it looks pretty much the same, just change the dressing. I'll give you a couple. Just change the dressing. And then either way, I would come back on Monday and see the nurses just to get it properly checked. So this is bright yellow, so you might see this coming through the dressing, so don't worry too much. If this does start irritating him for any reason, just take it straight off and just pop the plain dry dressing on. There we go. So you need to keep it clean and dry. So don't go jumping in the bath or in the shower with this, all right? So if you need to have a shower or a bath, you're gonna have to do it like that. Do your leg out the bath, all right? Some Calpol if it's sore. If it's hot swollen, painful, outside of that dressing, bring him straight back. Thank you. You're welcome. I'll see you later.